So next is acceleration. So speed and velocity already we have discussed. So next topic is acceleration. So what is the meaning of acceleration? Acceleration is a physical quantity which measures how quickly the velocity of the body or an object changes. Okay? So acceleration is a physical quantity which measures how quickly the velocity of the object changes, and this physical quantity is known as acceleration. So definition of acceleration is acceleration of the body is defined as the change in velocity, not only velocity, it is change in velocity per unit time. Okay, or we can give another definition also, meaning is same. Acceleration of the body may also be defined as the rate of change of velocity of the body. So what's the meaning of rate of change? Wherever rate of is written, rate means divided by time. So change in velocity divided by time is known as velocity. So either you write this definition or this, both meanings are same. So acceleration, mathematically we will write acceleration is equal to change in velocity upon time taken. This is change in velocity. Remember it, change in velocity. And this acceleration is denoted by small a. It is a vector quantity, means it has magnitude as well as direction. Now we'll find out the expression for acceleration. Let the initial velocity be u and final velocity be v. Suppose a car is moving with the speed of 40 km per hour. Okay. In 1 hour, after 1 hour, its velocity changes to 60 km per hour. So what was the initial velocity? 40. After 1 hour, what its velocity becomes? 60. So 40 is the initial velocity, pehle. Okay. And 60 is the final. Final means baad wali velocity. So this is initial velocity, this is final velocity. So and for initial velocity we use the u, and for final velocity we use v for final velocity. And time taken, in how much time this velocity is changed from 40 to 60? In 1 hour. So time taken is 1 hour here. So we have denoted initial velocity by u, final velocity by v. And time taken to change the velocity, we have taken small t. Then according to definition, a is equal to change in velocity upon time taken. So what is the change in velocity? What will be the change in velocity? Final velocity minus initial velocity divided by time taken. This is the definition of acceleration. So final velocity is v, initial velocity is u upon t. This is the formula for acceleration. This you have to remember. A is equal to v minus u upon t. V minus u is the change in velocity upon time taken. Clear? Now next we have to study the acceleration can be 0, positive or negative. So when the acceleration is said to be 0, now when the acceleration is said to be positive, and when the acceleration is said to be negative. So first we are taking the 0 acceleration, when the body will have 0 acceleration. So when body will have 0 acceleration, when the body moves with uniform velocity. Uniform means constant velocity. Then acceleration will be 0. For example, if the body is moving 40 km per hour with the velocity of 40 km per hour, and it is constant, it is not changing. It moves with a constant velocity 40 km per hour. So what is the initial velocity? 40. What is the final velocity? 40. And definition of acceleration is v minus u. Definition of acceleration v minus u upon t. So here u and v both are same. U and v both are same. So substituting v is equal to u, v minus v, that is 40 minus 40 upon t. So 0 upon t will be 0. Clear? So a is equal to 40 minus 40 upon whatever is the time taken. So that is 0 upon t, that is 0. So when the body will have zero acceleration? When the body is moving with uniform velocity or constant velocity. When the body moves with uniform velocity or constant velocity, then acceleration will be 0. Okay. So thus an object can have zero acceleration but non-zero velocity. So what we have seen, body is moving with 40 km per hour. Its acceleration will be 0, but it has certain velocity, non-zero velocity. So object can have zero acceleration but non-zero velocity. Okay, next is positive acceleration, when the acceleration is said to be positive. So if the velocity of the body increases with time, if the velocity of the body increases with time in the direction of motion, then the acceleration of the body is known as positive acceleration. For example, if the body is moving 40 km per hour, after certain interval of time it becomes 100 km per hour. So what we have seen, velocity is increased. So here initial velocity is smaller and final velocity is greater. V is greater than U. Okay. Then, and suppose time taken is 2 hours to change the velocity. So acceleration will be 100. Final velocity is 100. 100 minus 40 upon 2. That is 60 upon 2. This is 30. Okay. So value of acceleration is 30. Okay. So here acceleration is positive. So what is the answer? Answer is positive. Okay. So here acceleration is said to be positive. So when the acceleration is said to be positive, when final velocity is greater than initial velocity. Okay, when final velocity is greater than initial velocity, acceleration will be positive. Now negative acceleration. And what is the unit? Just unit I will discuss now. I forgot to discuss unit of acceleration. Negative acceleration. What is negative acceleration? If the velocity of the body decreases with time. If the velocity of the body decreases with time, then the acceleration of the body is known as negative acceleration. If the velocity of the body decreases with time, then the acceleration of the body is known as negative acceleration. Means if your final velocity is less than the initial velocity. For example, if body is moving 80 km per hour, okay, after 2 hours or 3 hours, its velocity becomes, because of the crowded place, suppose in a marketplace, earlier it was moving with 80 km per hour, but because of the marketplace or crowded place, its velocity becomes 40 km per hour. So this is initial and this is final. So here final velocity is less than initial velocity and time taken is suppose 2 hours. So acceleration will be 40 minus 80 upon 2. So here we will get minus 40 upon 2. That is minus 20. So answer is in negative. So this is known as negative acceleration. So when we will get the negative acceleration? When final velocity is smaller than the initial velocity. Okay. Then the acceleration will be negative. Now this is important. Negative acceleration is also known as retardation. Negative acceleration is also known as retardation or deacceleration and it is written as minus a. Negative acceleration is written at minus a. Okay, just I forgot to tell you the unit of acceleration. So before special case, after the formula of acceleration, here you write it down. SI unit of acceleration. SI unit of acceleration is meter per second square, or meter per second square, or you can write it meter second raised to power minus 2. Okay, now how this unit came? If you know the formula, you can write down the unit also. Now see, acceleration is equal to change in velocity upon time taken. So change in velocity, so what is the unit as a unit of velocity? Meter per second. What is as a unit of time is second. So this will be meter, and this will come down, so meter square, meter per second square. This is the SI unit of acceleration, meter per second square. Okay, so SI unit of acceleration is meter per second square, or meter second raised to power minus 2. Just write it below the formula. What is the SI unit of acceleration? Now types of acceleration. Accelerations are also two types: uniform acceleration and non-uniform acceleration. So first one is uniform acceleration. If the velocity of an object changes by an equal amount in equal interval of time, then acceleration of the object or body is known as uniform acceleration. Okay, if it changes, velocity changes by equal amount in equal interval of time, then uniform acceleration. Okay, the motion of object having uniform acceleration is known as uniformly accelerated motion. The motion of the object having uniform acceleration is known as uniformly accelerated motion. For example, motion of an object falling freely from the top of a building. If you drop a stone from the terrace, then it will be in uniformly accelerated motion. Next is non-uniform acceleration. If the velocity of the object changes by an unequal amount in equal interval of time, then the acceleration of the object is known as non-uniform acceleration or variable acceleration. Either you call it non-uniform acceleration or variable acceleration. For example, the motion of a bus on a crowded road. This is non-uniform acceleration. Now next is graphical representation of motion. So in graphical representation of motion, we have to study different types of the graph. So first we are going to study distance time graph. Okay, distance time graph. So for distance time graph, we don't have to plot the graph in the graph paper, only we have to study about the which type of graph is only obtained. Only which type of the graph is obtained. So distance we have to take in the y-axis, because distance is dependent quantity. Dependent quantity always we take on the y-axis, and independent time is independent quantity, so we take it on the x-axis. And how to plot the graph already you have studied in class 8th. So distance we have taken on the y-axis, time on the x-axis, and this we are going to plot for the graph. For the first one is for stationary body. Stationary body means body at rest. Okay, so body at rest. Suppose a car starts from point O, and after traveling 10 kilometers, it came to the rest. It was in the rest position, and continuous it was in the rest position. So which type of the graph is obtained? This is our origin. Suppose this is our 10 kilometer. Okay. So after 1 hour, we have checked, it was still in the 10 kilometer. In the second hour, again it was in the same position 10 kilometer from the origin because it came to the rest. Third hour also, time is passing by but body is still in the rest. So when we join all the points, we get a straight line. Make the straight line with the help of scale. Okay, so which type of graph is obtained? This is only the main thing. So plot the graph. So we have to just make the lines on the y-axis, x-axis in your copy, and straight line parallel to the time axis or x-axis. Okay. So which type of distance time graph is obtained when the body is at rest or stationary? We will get a straight line. Graph obtained is a straight line parallel to time axis. So what we will write? Distance time graph for a stationary body or body at rest is a straight line parallel to the time axis. This name of the line we can give it as A and B. Okay. The question can be asked, which type of graph is obtained for a stationary body for distance time graph? It is a straight line parallel to the time axis. So this graph you have to plot in your class per copy. Same like this. Now next is distance time graph for uniform motion. What's the meaning of uniform motion? Covers equal distance in equal interval of time. Suppose a body starts from origin O. After 1 hour it covers the distance 10 kilometer. Okay. And from the origin after 2 hours it covers 20 kilometer from O. So what is the distance between A and B? This is 20 here and this is up to 10. 20 minus 10, that is here also it is 10. Time interval between A and B is 2 hour, up to B is 2 hour and A is 1 hour. 2 minus 1, that is 1 hour. So it covers equal distance in equal interval of time. For you, this is uniform motion. Now if we plot the graph, suppose this is 1 hour, this is 2 hour, this is 3 hour, this is 4 hour, this is 5 hour. This is 10, 20, 30, 40. So 1 hour, 10, 2 hour, 20, 3 hour, 30. Okay. Now when we join all these points, join with the help of a scale, we'll get a straight line. But this straight line is not parallel to the time axis. This line is a inclined, झुकी हुई है. This line is inclined towards the time axis, or we can say that it makes a certain fixed angle. Suppose angle is 30 degree, 40 degree, 45 degree, 23 degree, 28 degree with time axis, or it makes some constant angle. It makes certain constant angle with the time axis. Okay. So which type of graph is obtained? Distance time graph is obtained for uniform motion. So distance time graph for uniform motion is a straight line inclined towards the time axis, or we can say that it is a straight line makes certain constant angle with the time axis. Now you can write it down also. Distance time graph for the uniform motion of a body is a straight line having a constant angle with the time axis, or you can write it, distance time graph for uniform motion is a straight line inclined towards the time axis. Either you write this or this one, both meanings are same. Now next one is distance time graph for non-uniform motion. When we plot the distance time graph for non-uniform motion, it will be a curve. This is increasing and this one is decreasing with the passage of time. So it can be any type of the curve. So distance time graph for non-uniform motion is a curve. Okay. Now next is use of distance time graph for uniform motion. What is the use of this distance time graph for uniform motion? So from distance time graph for uniform motion, we can calculate the speed of the body. How can we calculate the speed of the body? Suppose we want to calculate the speed between the time interval 2 hour and 3 hour. So at 2 hour we will draw one line, straight line, wherever it meet. This is the point A. And okay, between 2 and 4 hour I have taken. What is the speed of the object between 2 to 4 hour? So 4 hour also one line B. Okay. So time interval is 4. From origin how much the time? 4. And here it is how much? 2. So 4 minus 2, 2 hour. 4 minus 2 is equal to 2 hour. Now what is the distance? If distance is this much, point A, we will draw a perpendicular line to y-axis. Make it straight line with the help of scale. So this is your delta t. T means time interval 4 to 2, and this is your, and this is suppose 40. This is 40 and this one is 20. So what is the distance travel? 40 minus 20. So if I have written, this is the change in distance. Okay, so what is the distance travel? 40 minus 20 between A and B, between point A and B, and time taken is 4 minus 2, that is 2. So this will give us the speed. So speed is equal to, and we know that formula of speed is distance traveled by time taken. So what is the distance travel we have taken? Is delta x upon delta t. So delta x is how much? 40 minus 20, that is 20, and delta t is 4 minus 2, that is 2. This is equal to, so speed is equal to delta x upon delta t. So for example, we have taken 40 minus 20 upon 4 minus 2, that is 20 upon 2. 10 meter per second. So here delta x upon delta 2 is equal to slope of distance time graph. What is slope? Now I will tell you. Delta x upon delta t is slope of the distance time graph. So speed of the body is equal to slope of distance time graph. In this graph, this line represents the slope. This line, straight line, is the slope. In velocity time graph we will discuss in the next video. So complete all the notes, write down all the notes in your classwork copy.